Hey, welcome to day 4 of the Infinite Growth Challenge. You are crushing it. You're showing up. You're putting in the work. You're making it happen. I'm so proud of you. We're not done yet. So we have 2 super impactful days left for you. And I'm just proud of you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for putting in the work. Thank you for committing to yourself and doing the work. So, something you got to know is that growth is not an accident. It really does need being intentional, right? You've got to be planning. You've got to actually have the right intentions and you have to have consistent actions if you want to grow and have a freaking awesome business. So, setting yearly goals, that's easy, right? But taking the daily actions that needs to happen to make those goals a reality, that is the hard part, but it's worth it. I promise you. I promise you it's worth it. So you got to have that sense of urgency. Every single day is important. And every single day starts with what? The morning. And I want to share with you today how you can really create a killer morning routine that's going to set up your day for success. So every morning routine is going to vary from person to person, and you cannot expect it to be perfect. There is no perfect, but you can be intentional in the way that you choose to start your day. So there are 3 things that pretty much all successful entrepreneurs do to grow in their life and in their business. So they create an agenda for the day by listing out the most important tasks that need to happen that day. Probably 1, max 3 things that need to get done that specific day. Second thing is self-reflection/growth. So you got to clear your head. You got to just realize where you are, set an intention for the day. And you can do this by meditating, prayer, journaling, reading a good book. And then the third part is fire up your brain and body and get into action. So you could take a hot shower, cold shower, work out, eat a healthy breakfast, anything like that. So I want to share with you my exact morning routine. Did I start like this? No. So I want you to know, take one of these things to implement. Don't try to do it all. This has really been me improving over years and starting to implement new and different behaviors. If you have little kids and you're barely sleeping through the night, do your best. Like, just do your best. Maybe your morning routine's an evening routine, or it's a mid-morning routine when the baby's napping. Do your best. Progress, not perfection. Okay, so it actually starts at night. I have my trusty planner. It's underneath the lighting as a little prop, but it starts the night before, and I look at my calendar and I think, what needs to happen tomorrow to move close to my goals, and I write that down. I have specific agenda, the one thing that needs to happen to move forward. And then when I actually go to bed, I put on my headphones. They're charging over there. So I have headphones that I wear, and I'm listening to, sometimes it's a sermon, sometimes it's meditations, sometimes it's just worship music. There's so many different things that you could listen to, but it's literally reprogramming your subconscious mind for success. So my routine actually starts the night before. But when the morning starts, I typically wake up between 5 and 6. My alarm is set for right now 5 a.m., which seems a little crazy, but I also wanted to make sure that I'm starting my day intentionally, which also means I go to bed at like 9. So don't start waking up at 5 if you're staying up till midnight. You want to make sure you get enough sleep in. I'm naturally an early morning person, but you can train yourself to become one. You got to make sure you're going to bed earlier. So when I wake up, literally the headphones are on and I'm putting on something that's inspiring. Because guess what? If you're not careful and you're not intentional, those negative limiting beliefs are going to jump right into your head. So I'm listening to like Elevation Church or Danny Johnson or Tony Robbins. There's so many different things you can find on YouTube just to put positivity in first thing in the morning. Then what I do is hydrate and caffeinate. So I chug one of these bad boys and then make coffee. Your body's really dehydrated when you wake up, so make sure you drink some water. And then I light a candle. I love the ambience of it, and I read. And so what I'm doing right now, I'm going through the 1-year Bible. So I read the days, and then I'm going through a devotional too. So I'll read the 1-year Bible. I'll do the devotional. Right now it is Rick Warren's The Best, Most Popular Book That Ever Sold. I'll think of it later. 40 Days. Oh, goodness, Rachel, come on. I'll think of it. I'll post it in the group. And then I'll read another book. So right now I'm reading John Maxwell's 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. Do you have to read 3 different books? No, maybe you just read one. Maybe you're just listening to an audiobook because you don't have time to actually sit down and read right now. That's fine. That is fine. Oh, it's The Purpose-Driven Life. Duh. Okay. And then I have a whole list of books I can recommend for you to read, but the key is that you're growing and you're being intentional and spending that time intentionally. Then the next thing I do, you can pray or meditate, whatever floats your boat. There's some really good apps out there. There's Calm, there's Headspace that'll teach you how to meditate. Abide is a Christian meditation platform. If that floats your boat, Calm, Headspace. Inscape is another one. Those are secular. And if you're new to meditating, literally you can start with like 3 minutes where you're just sitting there, but you need to actually have that time where you just like don't think or like don't put anything in and you're just quiet. Okay. Step 5, the next thing I do is journal. And so I just take notes on anything that sticks out during my quiet time, anything that I picked up on from my reading. I'll write out a few things I'm grateful for, plus my top goals for the next 90 days in the next year. So at this point, you'll notice I didn't check Facebook, I didn't check email, nothing like that. I'm being super intentional about just myself and making sure I'm in a good headspace for myself, right? Typically by this point, my son is awake and I get him ready for school and get him off. Next step, if you're still with me, is move. And so I get some kind of movement in. Today I walked our dog and then I went to the gym and did some lower body, but it could be anything. As long as you get your blood pumping and you're doing something, you could do a Tabata workout, which is 4 minutes. You got 4 minutes. And then after that, I work on the one thing. So what's the one thing that needs to happen in your business to move forward? It could be something small. It could be something that takes up like an hour of your time. But if you get into a routine like this, I swear you're going to be unstoppable. Unstoppable. So again, just to recap, the key points is being intentional about your growth. So you're reading something, putting positivity in your head and avoiding negativity. If you want to start with that, perfect. So charge your phone in a different room, turn it off, and just be intentional about that one thing. And then if you want to add on after that, you totally can. Okay. So I want to know from you, share in the She's Making an Impact community. What does your morning routine look like right now? And what can you adjust or incorporate so you can add in some of the activities that I talked about? So you've got some killer habits that are set up, but if you want to 10x your business, really go to the next level, you got to have what we're talking about tomorrow. So don't miss it. Be there, be there, be there. Okay, I'll be going live today and She's Making an Impact, answering any questions that you have and giving you feedback on your homework. And remember, we're giving away $1,000 towards one of my online courses. So you got to make sure your Instagram account is public. And then for every day of the challenge, take a picture, screenshot, whatever you want to do, share your biggest takeaway, something that you're learning. Maybe it's your homework, whatever you want to do, and use the hashtag She's Making an Impact and tag me at She's Making an Impact. All right, that's it. I'll see you tomorrow. Have an amazing day.